Okay, so what I've done here is I've made a cereal box, and it uses CC with sharpness on the edges, so that's why we have these few polygons with this shape. Now, as you know, if you modify an object with sharpness, then it's going to just screw up. So make sure that this is actually the topology, the geometry that you want. What I'm going to do now, let's see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat a bit. It's more just to show you, really. So just save that, and then we're going to send this over to layout. Now, make sure we have layer 2 selected, which is this one. And what we're going to do now is we're going to run bone lattice by Faulkner model. We're going to set this to 0.1 millimeter. That's 100 micrometer. This is because IK Booster handles mistakenly often select bones. So in order to avoid that, we'll set this to 100. So what happened now is that I got these bones created. And that's not what I wanted, actually. This created the bones for the first object. No, that's wrong. Just tool. So that was totally wrong. Even though I had the second layer selected. Let's try this again. Second layer, 0.1 millimeter. Okay. Now this is second layer. Come on. Is that 24? That's supposed to be 18. Ah. I'm not sure what's going on here. Come on. Select, delete, yep. Objects. 2, boom. Okay, so there's a bug here. So what I need to do is I need to change this. So anyway, I need to switch these layers. So this is layer 1 and layer 2. So let's do this over again. Send the layer 1 and 2 over to layout. In layout, select layer 1, bone lattice, layer 1, 0.1, in order for the IK Booster not to select the bones. Okay, there we go. 18 bones created. So just a small bug there. So what we're going to do here is that we're going to, well, actually what we're going to do now we're going to, well, let's just delete this one actually and take this one and paste it into the first layer. So now this object is replaced. Well, you can't really see it, but it is. So got layer 1 and the bones for that, 18 bones. So the reason why I did that, because now I got this geometry, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 bones here, vertices here, but just 1, 2, 3 bones in the exact position that I want. So what I can do now is I can Control B to turn on IQ Booster, right click, apply. Now you see the bones. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on move for all of these. So as you can see that instead of using or when you use IQ Booster, you will see that you can just click and drag instead of, well, using the native LightWave tools, which is double click and drag, which is tedious. So yeah, that's it really. Now, do you want these many bones? Maybe, maybe not. You can see that when you move this, it doesn't deform all that great. You might just want to use, well, first of all, let's just turn off fast bones and set this to inverse distance 2. So you can see that it doesn't really deform all that great. I mean, is there any point to have this bone here? Probably not. But I just wanted to show you what it looks like. So let's undo that. And while at it, we're going to create a reference object so we can kind of know what our original object looked like. So, but first, let's just delete these bones that we think is too much. So now we only got 8 bones. So now we got that position, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clone this because I want a reference object. Or what I could do as well, I could copy this here, freeze it, subpatch it. How should I do this? I think I'm just going to loop this actually. Loop this, loop that, and loop this, and loop that. Set it. Yeah. So cut and paste. And make it blue. Save. Okay, so now it's imported. So that's good. So layer 2 is a reference. You can see though that this got moved a bit. So whenever you click on these guys and it's not a move handle but a rotate handle, it will do that. So it's not in the correct position. So you can see the difference between a move handle and a rotate handle. The rotate handle will actually move it, which is kind of like ironic, but that's how it is. So what I'll do now is I'll take the object layer 2, which is the blue one, and I will parent that to this one. So that's just a reference, really. You can also dissolve it a bit. Okay, so now I got that. And, well, let's just save this for now. Okay, so what we're going to do now is on layer 1, actually on layer 2, we'll lock it first. Lock layer 2, lock it. So I don't want to click on that by mistake. So yeah, so we got the move handle here, but I need that for all of them. So move, move, and so on. And come on. Okay. So that's about it. So now we got some interesting deformations. Now, sometimes you will actually mistakenly click the bone. If I can only do that. Whenever that happens, what will happen is that you will move. I'm just going to try to do it. Click exactly in the middle. Anyway, whenever that happens, if you mistakenly click the bone that is 100 micrometers big, or small rather, then, well, just do what I do now. You click undo. It's kind of hard at times to make that work, but if it happens, then, well, that's what you do. You click undo. So, well, so this is how we can make this deformation, and it looks okay, but it's kind of limited in a way, isn't it? So I want to tweak this a bit. As you can see, it can be kind of hard at times to deform this. So TA Pulse Works would be good if it works with IK Booster handles. I'm not sure if it does or not, or if it, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it will work in this case. I'm not sure. But anyway, for now we have this reference object, so we can kind of get back to where we were at. So okay, the next step is to make this deform a bit more, because I'm not quite satisfied with what I had here. So how do we do that? Well, we create a morph. And that's why it's important, by the way, to have 2 slices here and not 1. If you got 1, then it won't work. You might have wanted an extra slice here too, but if I do that now, then I screw up the whole object, so I'll basically need to make the object over again. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to make a morph. Like I said, you screw up the object because the Captain Clark has problems with set sharpness. It screws up if you modify the model. Anyway, so create that morph. We'll call it socket. And, well, we'll make it look like this. And go back here, objects, properties, deform, morph mixer, but I want this to be after morphing, subdivision after morphing. Shift click on that one to turn it off, because I just want to have this used as a preview. So okay, so I can deform this. Also, of course, I can go to a minus value in order to make that the opposite effect. So I can mix these 2 methods when animating this. In order to make this deform a bit differently, you might want to use a displacement map here. Maybe, I'm not sure. Problem is that displacement map would also work in this position, so I don't know, maybe not. There, you see what happened? I actually clicked the bone and it moved. And that was not the, so that's what it will look like whenever that happens. That will happen at times. You might be able to actually use controller edit and move that bone handle out of the way. Not this handle, but another handle that's under it, the one I just clicked. That's one way to solve that. Anyway, so yeah, we got the morph and we got our IK booster setup. And I think it looks okay. Of course, I can create additional morphs as well. So let's go back to the base, select some points, create new, base, create new hangover on a Monday morning. Great. Move this out. Let's go back here to Morph Mixer. And it didn't update, did it? So let's save this. Go back. Oh, come on. Object. Well, that is a morph. I did save it. Come on. So how do I update that? This is one thing that sucks about having to do things both in modeler and layout. Even though there are advantages though. Let's see. You know, I think I just have to save the scene and revert the scene. And there we go. Turn on AccuBooster again. And everything is as it should. And got 2 of these guys. I can use the hangover. Of course, the best thing for this would be to use a slider whenever creating or tweaking the morphs. Notice that the bones here are located in the previous position, so just be aware of that. But it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah.